125th, Brooklyn, Atlanta, Orlando, Indianapolis, Houston, and now, Black Ink Radio.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Purehoneyy, and we are here with another listening session. Tonight, my guest, I'll just have you go ahead and introduce yourself, sweetie.
What's up, world? This is AJ, and I'm AJ of Billionaire Apparel. You won that Showcase Fridays last night. Where you was at?
I was actually working.
Okay.
But we gonna make this about me. We're gonna make this about you. And with that being said,
asked because I'm used to seeing you on Fridays, so I just asked.
I've been skipping out on my Fridays.
Let's see.
I've been hustling, so
Gotcha.
It ain't necessary though.
Gotcha.
My contribution to the event is still the same. So
I got you.
I'm
Just used to seeing everybody in the building, so I was just saying where you were.
For sure. So you said you had a good day. You made it here safely. Glad you made it here safely. So talk to me about your brand.
My brand is called Billionaire Apparel. So Billionaire Apparel is a mental health positive brand. So basically, I took my pain and I turned it into fashion. So I took symbolic representation to make out what I was feeling. So like with my first piece, if you look at it, I kind of got this pill bottle right here. So versus filling my pill bottle with medicine, I fill my pill bottle with what I felt. The roses are for the beauty. The diamonds are for the growth when you go through it, when you make it through, like pressure build diamonds.
For sure.
And the money is for the financial piece that I was going through. So
what was the financial piece you were going through?
My financial struggles. I was trying to find my balance. Like, when you're growing, like I'm 30. So I felt like I wasn't doing enough in life. So I was having a lot of financial struggles that I was going through.
I hear a lot of people, I hear a lot of people that have this expectation of when I hit this age, I should have X, Y, and Z. By the time I'm this age, I should have this. And I feel like that probably shortens more people's lives than helps them actually accomplish that. Because you automatically putting a restraint and a level of pressure on yourself opposed to just doing what makes you happy at the pace that it happens. Everything switches up and changes up anyway. You have this one plan of where you want to go, but along the way it never goes exactly how you even wanted it to. So you end up having to just go with the flow. I think more people should take a little pressure off because we be out here working hard and really stressed about making things happen, stuff that's literally out of your control sometimes. Mm-hmm. And I feel like just putting a stamp on it by this age, with the age, I think that's the most serious thing for me. Like, don't put the age on it. You can give yourself a few years, I guess, but by a certain age, you never know where you're going to be or what you. So I think it might add a little pressure.
Mine was a little different though. Like I was just around people that were financially draining me. So I had to find my financial balance. Being in the wrong situations, dealing with the wrong people, taking care of people when I should have been taking care of myself. Situations like that. So that's what I was recovering from. So that's what my financial piece came in at.
And the pill bottle?
Pill bottle just represents, like they always try to give you medicine when you're dealing with mental problems. Like I said, I feel my pill bottle was something different versus the medication.
So you were diagnosed with something that they tried to hand you a pill bottle for, or you just used that?
I'm a mental health advocate, so that's what I stand for. Versus you taking the medicine, find a different outlet. Like I said, I turned my pain into fashion. So you don't all have to always be subscribed to medicine. Like that's the main thing that they lean towards. But I did, when I was in college, I did have myself evaluated, and they tried to give me antidepressants. The antidepressants just kind of make you sleepy. They don't really help you with the pain. So like I said, it's not always good to take that route.
At
so
6
you have
years
to.
old, I was taken away from my mama. Mm-hmm. My daddy had a rape case pending against him, and for whatever reason, they started investigating my household. So they just pulled up, snatched me out the house. I didn't see my mama for like 2 years later. Right. But they put me straight into a group home, and every morning they had us getting up, taking pills like it was a I was never on any type of medication prior to this. But
they think that's
every morning and every afternoon we were taking pills. Right. If you showed any level of excitement or frustration, anything other than just a then I've been in a straitjacket, but as far as the medicine, I agree. Yeah. My son was diagnosed with ADHD, and I feel like at the end of the day, people are different.
They are.
Kids are different. Humans are different. The way I talk to you and can treat you is going to differ, from the next person.
Most
So
definitely.
that doesn't mean that medicine is required for that. It means you take a little more time to get to know that human being and see what works for them.
Exactly.
So I definitely respect
So
the
that's definitely my
brand.
mission. Like I said, I don't want people to feel like you have to resort to what society feels like you have to go to. Like there are different outlets. People do music, they do poetry, but it's all about having a support system too. So that's my main mission with my brand. Like my biggest thing this year is to see how many lives I can change, how many people I can impact. It's not about the money with me. Like a lot of my pieces that I send out, whether I give them to celebrity clientele or regular clientele, like I want you to feel like it's a rich feeling when you put it on. Like that's the thing that I came up with, Billionaire Apparel. It's a rich feeling because I want you to feel rich every day, financially, spiritually, emotionally. Like whatever you're going through, that's how I want people to feel. Like I want you to feel uplifted when you get up in the morning.
Talk to me about your worst childhood moment.
My worst childhood moment, to be honest, probably was burying my father. And then a couple of years ago, I had the exact same accident that he had that killed him. Like he slammed into a tree. He died from it. I slammed into a tree. I had heart surgery. So that was probably the biggest thing. I had to bury a part of me at a young age while I was still developing and getting to know my father. But like 2 weeks before my dad passed away, my mom asked for a divorce simply because he wasn't the best husband. He wasn't the best father. So we already got that disconnect. And then like my dad passes away. So it's like you're trying to put together those pieces while you watching him trying to figure out life. Like the last 2 weeks of his life, it was weird. He wanted to do everything he never did. Go to church, ride a bike, figure it out.
Coming.
He felt so. It's like you watch that transition, and like I remember that.
So
last.
do you believe that though? That people can feel it coming?
I'm gonna tell you how the whole day went. So we wake up.
Wow.
Usually, he gives me my Christmas money. It's 2 weeks before Christmas when my dad passed away. December the 17th is when he died. So usually he gives me my Christmas shopping money on a Saturday. He gave it to me on a Sunday. Me and my mom was leaving. He stood at the door. He looked at us and he just kind of smiled. And me and my mom both said, like, what is he looking at? He just closed the door. This is the last time I seen my dad. We went Christmas shopping. We stopped by my cousin's house. As soon as we walked in her house, a picture fell off the wall. She said, Grandma told me when a picture fell off the wall, somebody just passed away. My mom left her phone in the car. 2 hours later, we go to the car, get her phone. Everybody been blowing us up and called because my dad had died.
Happened that quick. That's
So,
crazy. My condolences about
I do
him as
believe
well.
in those things. Like I said, you can feel when you about to transition. I have friends that did the same thing 2 weeks before they passed away. They tell their friends what to do with their kids, how to handle their life. So, yeah, I've been through a lot of situations like that. So, the energy of transitioning, people do. They feel it. They know.
So let me ask you, what is the end goal for the brand?
The end goal for the
If
brand,
you had to set one.
like I said, is to impact every life that I can. Like I live by Tupac's theory. I might not change the world, but I guarantee I spark the mind that will change the world. So that's my objective, is to just show other people ways to deal with their pain. Like suicide is very big. I've lost friends to suicide. I dealt with suicidal thoughts myself.
Are there other ways that you plan to expand the brand?
It is.
That's what I mean as far as
yeah,
the end
I
goal.
actually,
You wanna
I
grow
do.
it into doing other things.
I'm expanding it right now. I'm actually working on a mental health cipher. So basically, it's gonna be like a little sit down session where an artist, a poet, or anybody that wants to talk about their pain kind of walks in with me. You kind of have a little mini therapy session, and then I ask you how you want to express your pain. The artist is gonna start rapping. The poet is gonna spit their. So I got you. So that's kind of what we're going with. But I'm filming that, so I'm working on my first episode next month.
Hey, and I'm on there, right?
Yes,
I'm
you
in
are.
there.
That's why I asked you where was you at last night,
Okay.
because me and Tone was finishing up the details, and
Okay.
I told you his part. Marlon and Bando know, and you weren't there, so I could tell you.
Well, here I am.
Hello.
My DMs have
But
been
yeah, I
open.
do, because that first song, like the first time I judged at his showcase, and you were talking about with your child, and it was just a verse in there where you were talking about everything you went through. It instantly clicked. Like the more I listen to y'all, like I done sat there and listen to every artist. Every single one of y'all has a song about the pain and everything you've been through.
I just
So that's
recently learned how to do that because that was hella hard for me to do. You know, I'm a person that I have to go through it first as far as my music goes. I can't put it in my, well, I haven't been able to until now, put it in my music while I'm going through it.
Right.
I have to go through it first and be over it, and then I can make a song about it. But now, I'm putting it soon. Oh, you did what? Okay.
You got to. It takes time.
It's got to
though.
go right in there. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But it took me a while to be able to conquer that. And I feel like you're doing the same thing with your brand.
Most definitely.
Just in a
It took-
different
yeah,
way.
it
so
took me the time.
I
It
really,
did.
really admire that. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
And I've been actually trying to find ways to talk more about what happened to me. Like, I just opened up to my brother about what was really going on while I was. He just knows I was taken away from home. We never really touched on what happened while I was in there. So I put a part of that in my song about being in a straitjacket and 6 years old, being putting it into the music. So again, I'm just using that to reflect back to the brand. So what's next for Billionaire Apparel?
Right now, like I said, I got my mental health cipher that I'm working on. I got a couple lined up with a couple of celebrity clientels, NFL players. My biggest thing right now, I actually tapped in with somebody I didn't think I would ever reach, and it was Michael Corleone Blanco, Geldo Blanco's son. So, looking at his story with his mom being this, I guess, drug mob, as you can call it, and just watching how his whole life transition as a kid, and you going through this, and people view your mother like this, and then view you like this. That was one of the reasons why I reached out to him, because mentally I want to know where you at. Like, I watched the interviews, but I want to kind of get to know you on a personal level. So we kind of reached up. I sent them some merch and just kind of been chopping it up with them, trying to work with them. So.
All right, well, make sure you let everybody know where they can find you.
You can find my brand at Billionaire Apparel Boutique on Instagram. My website is in the link in my bio. When you click on it, you can go to everything. I do have mental health resources on there too, so I got a tab that you can click on. Like, if you feel suicidal, those resources are on there. So
talk to me about your perspective or experiences with suicide.
For the most part, I feel like a lot of people go into mental dark places, and suicide comes when you don't know how to escape those spaces. Like, you feel like everybody is around you, but you feel like you don't have nobody.
Your personal experience.
My personal experience. Exactly like I just said. That's what kind of encountered me. Just feeling alone.
So you have
losing my dad.
You attempted suicide?
I have.
Okay, so that's what I'm asking you right now. So
that's what you asked me to tap in.
Yeah.
Personally, I guess, like I said, after losing my dad, learning how to transition with that, I attempted suicide on multiple different occasions. So there are many different situations where I've dealt with that, and I felt like life was kind of coming to an end. Like, no matter what nobody told me, I didn't feel that, or I didn't see that in myself. So it's like I had to learn how to be a light for myself also, because you can't always depend on everybody to pull you out of those dark spaces. Because if you go back into them and nobody's there, how do you deal with it? So I had to take.
What was the thing for you that changed that? If you had multiple situations where you reverted to this, what was the thing that said, okay, well, I'm not going to go to that anymore for you?
I realized I had a friend reach out to me, and we kind of had attempted suicide the same way. And he told me, like, something that you told me is the reason why I didn't do it anymore. He was like, you don't realize how big of an impact you are to people. You don't even realize how much you mean to people, or how much you still have to do in this world. So it's like, when you realize really what your purpose is and your vision, you continue to trust the journey. Yeah, I am. But like I said, I'm a realist, so I'm not, even if I drop tears, I'm not going to hide that. Why? Because somebody might be going through the same thing I'm going through. So exactly. So I let my tears out every day. I cry every day, like I do. I have my moments because I let that out, and that was the other thing, learning how to cry and release your pain versus holding it in.
You feel like you were a person that was holding it in at some point?
Yeah, because I got to an age where I started dealing with anger issues, and I don't like being angry, so I didn't understand where they were coming from. And then the more I talked to my mom, it's like, okay, your dad dealt with anger issues too. Something I kind of seamlessly knew. So now you start digging into your DNA and trying to figure out where these family issues come from, but how can I balance and break the generational curses?
Right.
So that's kind of where it comes in, that you learn where you come from, you learn to balance and deal with what you're going through.
So what is an ideal day in your regular life outside of the business, like a happy day?
A happy day? I'm happy every day, I think. To be honest, even when I'm not happy, I think I'm okay from what I've grown from. But a normal day for me is, I work a 9 to 5. I do have a job.
A normal happy, like when we're having a good day, like, yes, this has been a good, what does that day consist of?
just peace. I'm a peaceful person. Like, I like to vibe. I like to listen to music. I just like to chill. Like, I chill with my girlfriend, of course. Like, that's my peace. That's my sanity. When I can just sit down and reflect on everything I've done, accomplished, just start my week off right. Like, I don't have anything major that I need to do that brings me peace. And I learned that, like, I stopped searching for all that stuff society feel like you need to search for.
I'm not saying that you do.
No, I'm just saying in general.
Neither do I, but there's plenty of things that I enjoy doing that definitely make me happy. Plenty.
Just
several. A lot. You know.
I just like a good vibe. Just peace. That's it.
For sure.
Like, we go hiking and stuff. Like, I'm an outdoors person, so.
What is it? Serotonin from the trees? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
I think the trees. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm glad that you came. Stop through. Talk to us about your brand, Billionaire Apparel. Y'all make sure y'all tap in. Shout out to Rich Mo, Black Ink Radio. This has been another listening session with Purehoneyy. And remind everybody again where to find you.
You can find me at Billionaire Apparel Boutique on Instagram. And like I said, you can click the link in my bio. It's mental health resources on there if you ever need any.
Hey.
You are now tuned in to Black Ink Radio. Turn up. The hottest station in the nation.